So finally, looking at leadership. The law of requisite variety tells us that only those individuals and organizations that are as flexible as their environment have the potential to control their destiny. Otherwise, they are simply buffeted by the winds of change. Now, that's a pretty big ask if you look at how swiftly things are changing in your world, yet that is what is required. So, we've heard all talk about transformation. You are in the process of transformation, which is absolutely necessary. And as you well understand, there is the upside of participating in this growth where media economy is one of the largest segments and the fastest growing sector of the economy. Creating immense social and shareholder value, creating future relevant brands. And yes, there are risks. Probably the single biggest one is implementing the wrong strategy. But certainly not changing our strategy will not create there. But the risks of not transforming are the ones which will drive action. Transformation and governance for transformation means that at the board level of organizations, you're required to be able to demonstrate the imperative for change and transformation. So I'd like to just pull together a few points in terms of a strategic agenda for organizations. So Future Exploration Network, my organization, we use ways not to be able to predict the future or to tell organizations what to do, but to facilitate them in finding the answers or solutions for themselves. Scenario planning is a very valuable tool. The more the uncertainty, the greater the value of scenarios to be able to look at different paths forward and how they may go forward. So one of the things required is to be able to develop a vision for your organization, the future of news. What is compelling? What will move you forward? And something which is truly distinctive in drawing on your capabilities in organizations. To understand that professionals alone are not enough. The crowds in many, many forms and automation will complement professionals. And there are many unique ways to be able to design that as a space for experimentation. Clearly, organizational capabilities developed. There are some individuals who do not have the capabilities moving forward, and that is part of the management process you need to develop, to educate, continuous education, finding new people to bring those in. There are quite some of the elements of the past. We talked before about the context analysis synthesis. The same capabilities in the past as in the future. Yet around those capabilities, there are so many more capabilities that you do need to develop as organizations. We do not know the answers with revenue models. Earl said that a moment ago. But you must experiment. And so in this lean startup cycle, you need to learn, not just over the space of a year, but over the space of a month, over the space of a day, to experiment, to try things, to try different things, to see the response to those. And so as an industry, the more we can experiment, the more we can learn from each other, the more we can find. Being able to establish a platform strategy. And I think that is something which is often not done, is maybe some clarity around how you are playing with platforms. What is the role of platforms beyond what you own yourself and how that plays forward? And absolutely, we need to be bold. And I think the thing is to be able to build unique news organizations. Every organization is unique. You have exceptional capabilities, but drawing on your existing capabilities, you need to be able to create ones which are going to be relevant for the future. So I've looked at the drivers, provided some snapshot of a vision, looked at its value, the flow of news, distribution, sources of revenue, and leadership. Joseph Campbell was a comparative mythologist who looked at myths across every country in the world. And he found there was a common story in every culture. That's of the individual who is called beyond their everyday life, the challenge to be able to be brought beyond, who encounters challenge, and others who help them, to be able to find something of value and bring that back to the journey. And that's the hero's journey. And I think we're all living the hero's journey, but in the news industry, the future of news is so fundamental to the future of humanity that the call to be able to do that, to be able to create a prosperous future of news, is absolutely extraordinary. And I think you'll agree with me that we are at the dawning of a new era. And I invite you to create the future of news. Thank you.